I'm an assistant teacher, but in written document I'm an assistant teacher, but according to my teaching experience, I'm a senior teacher there. So in our country, students generally prefer. The textbooks are written in especially English language textbooks are written with the context of uh, things. Culture or daily life, everything they are familiar with. So in this context, they learn English better. So most of the lessons are integrated with cultural and natural things that they usually know, and they usually have experience about all those things, so that they can learn the English easily. So today I have chosen a lesson that involves some skills of speaking, listening, and of course my intention is to improve writing skill. So when I'm presenting, I will of course you will of course have some activities to do. So please listen to this carefully, so that we can have a fun here. Have you ever seen this kind of things?
Embroidery, yes.
What do you think about this, guys?
Embroidery.
Sewing.
Yeah, you say right kind of sewing. Yeah. Annie, have you seen this kind of things?
Yeah.
That you really
Patterns and sewn tablecloths.
Yeah, that's it. So besides this image, I'm going to show you a realia here. I have brought one for you, so that you can understand the image better. So this is just an act of craft. You see, you can touch it. Yes, you can see it. Is this nice?
Yes. Colorful.
Yeah. Do you see it? Nice.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a design. It's an embroidery, and it is handmade. Yeah. So you know this. I generally if we show something cultural related to our culture, Bengali culture is a rich culture. So if we show something before beginning the class like this, they easily understand this. Oh, teacher is going to take a class on this kind of things.
Okay.
It is called Nokshikata. It is called Nokshikata in our Bengali language, Nokshikata. So I ask the students so that they can easily see this and they can easily say, it is a Nokshikata, teacher. So we are going to learn about Nokshikata today. So in this way I introduce my class. So yes, it is Nokshikata. You see people making this. Usually the village women in our country do this craft because they can sit together and start doing this kind of things. It is something like a blanket you wear when you are sleeping. So it is an embroidered quilt in English. So we have a lesson, we have a lesson in our textbook regarding this. It is called Nokshikata. In lesson 2, you are a student. Now I'm talking with you like this. So they have a lesson like this, Nokshikata. So in every lesson, they have some keywords to learn so that they can understand the text easily. I'm providing you the text so that you can have understanding of this, and consequently you can answer some questions so that you can understand if my lesson is going to be perfect. So as they are living in a country where English is almost no presence in their daily life, so they have to understand these things uh, very clearly so that they can answer the questions followed by the text. So that is why we start with keywords, vocabularies, and there are some stimulating questions before, as we have talked before. What do you see in the picture? What is it? What is it called? Have you seen it before? Where have you seen it? What do we do with it? So all these questions by now we have answered or we have discussed. So this take minimum 1 minute, 2 minutes to pre-listening questions, pre-reading questions. We also discussed the outcomes with students, what we are going to learn today, what they are going to learn. And explaining all those vocabularies needs some images so that they can understand it better. In this way, suppose there is a picture of quilt, so they know Nokshikata, but they do not know quilt. What is quilt? So if I explain it through this kind of image, they can easily understand, oh, it is a quilt. So they learn the words. So in this way, we have those words, and we can also provide some synonyms so that the questions followed by this reading, they can answer with using synonyms. Generally, in the classroom, we discuss all those synonyms, their origin, parts of speech. It depends on teacher's time and students' understanding, I mean the age level. So we generally provide those in a sheet, vocabulary sheet, so that they can understand it and learn it later also. And also with help of some sentences, usually teacher provide these model sentences and they can create their own sentences also. Suppose quilt, Nokshikata is a kind of embroidered quilt. So they learn this and they try their own sentence also. So I'm going to skip all those vocabularies. Yeah.
I imagine that the bedroom is really beautiful because
Yeah. So I'm skipping all those vocabularies to go to the next. This is an artistic word and commercially. This the another word commercially. To understand this, this is produced commercially nowadays, and people sell those in expensive fashion shops. We go for the vocabularies that are prescribed on the text usually, so that they can understand it better. So like pattern, design, shape, format. There is two picture. One is artistic pattern and a general pattern. So this is an ordinary katha, I mean quilt, whereas there is no this kind of design. And this one is artistic pattern. And embroidered, they need to know the word embroidered. So there is a practice of embroidered. So these are the words they need to know so that they can understand the text better. So now the text. I think you can do it for just 1 minute. You can read it just 1 minute. The text. I request you to read for 1 minute. This is a silent reading as prescribed in the text. This is an embroidered quilt. It means an artistic pattern, noksha. It's a traditional craft and it is indigenous to Bangladesh and West Bengal in India. It has been practiced in rural Bengal for centuries. It's been popular after the poet Joshimuddin's, our Bengali poet, Nakshikatar Mat. There was a poem like this, published in 1929. And yes, Nakshikatas are made for family use. Old or new cloth and thread are used to make these quilts. There are some parts of Bangladesh where it is very popular and famous for this craft, and it is produced commercially. So we have finished this kind of text, and now what they have learned from this lesson? Are they going to write something from these words, from this writing, from this text? Do they have this understanding of this text? So we will now test this. So we can provide also infographic documents so that they can understand this. As I have to tell you that some parts of Bangladesh are very popular for this craft. I'm going to show them so that they can understand it better. Mymensingh, Jamalpur, Shirazganj, Dhaka, Kumilla, etc. places are very popular for this craft. So we show this kind of things there. Now, you are students. You have learned the text. I have discussed these things. You know Nakshikata. What is this? So you have a test to do now. I usually begin with individual. It depends on teacher actually, which how he will evaluate, how will do this in the classroom. It's an individual work. I'm giving you some sheet. So the answer is given here. You can understand that the answer is not for student. The answer is intending for this class only. So okay, you see there is a activity for you. From this slide, you see there are some words given on the box. So you will do it individually. I'm going to test you if you have learned this. First, Balmir, you say Naksha means artistic.
Cute.
No, you don't need to go there. You just watch there. You don't need to look the sheet.
Okay.
Just watch in this box and say the right word here.
Okay.
What does Naksha means? Naksha means artistic.
Quills.
Artistic?
Patterns.
Yeah. Patterns. Quills designs is related to patterns. Now you say
The name was taken from a Bengali word,
what is the word?
Noksha.
Naksha. Very good. Well said. Naksha means design. So Nakshikata, the word is taken from Bengali word. It is called Naksha. So now Anisid. The art has been practiced in rural Bengal. This Nakshikata artistic work is done mainly by the rural women. They sit together and do this kind of crafts. So you are right. Thank you very much. The work has been practiced in rural Bengal for years. We have learned from the text this for centuries. So centuries replaced here with years. So you understand?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, Steffi, you say Nakshikatas are now sold in
Fashion.
yes, yeah, fashion shops. As it is produced commercially nowadays, people are buying it from fashion shops. Not everybody can produce this, so those who like this can buy it from fashion shops around in Bangladesh, even in anywhere of the world. So now Nakshikatas are now in great demand because of their colorful dash and what you say?
Nakshikata now in big demand because of their colorful patterns and designs.
Yes, because of their colorful patterns and designs. These are becoming very popular nowadays. Last one, Nakshikatas are a kind of, you say?
Art.
Yes, it's a kind of
Art.
It's a kind of art. It's a kind of design. So you have understood this, and now we will move on to another activity. Thank you very much. So check the answer with me. Then we will check the answers if they have done it correctly.
Oh,
It's a
good.
kind of quilt, sorry.
Good.
It's a kind of quilt.
Oh.
So we have 6 sentences now. We have filled the gaps, and now we have produced 6 sentences. You see the sentences here? Now there is a pair activity, pair work for you. We generally make the students pair and let them do these activities. So there is a pair work. So the pair, I don't need to give you this probably because it makes complicated. You see here. So the pair work is, you have 6 sentences now. You have a 6 sentences, completed sentences from our last activity. So what you have to do, my dear students, you are now in pair. So you have to write down 5 questions for the completed statements in C, activity C. This is the activity C.
Okay.
You see, this is activity C. There are 6 sentences. So you have to write down 5 questions for each of the sentences. In C, activity C, one is done for you. Look at this. There is a model for you. Naksha means artistic patterns. You have made the sentence. Naksha means artistic patterns. So, can you make a sentence? Can you make a question with this?
What is the meaning of Naksha?
It's a good question. What is the meaning of Naksha? We can we do it with WS question? I mean in another verb, with another verb.
What does Naksha means?
Very good.
Mean.
I'm just expecting this question from you. So you have done well. You can make a sentence. You are also good. What does Naksha mean? So can you produce this kind of questions with the rest of the 5 statement?
Yes.
Can you do it?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
let's see.
We're done.
Let's see. 2. Question number 2. The name was taken from Bengali word Naksha. You said this one. Now you can make a question.
Where was the name taken from?
Yeah. Where was the name taken from? Very good. Now, Annie, you say the art has been practiced in rural Bengal for centuries. Make a question.
Where has the art been practiced? Where has the art been practiced for some?
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Next, you say the question for this.
Where are Nakshikata sold now?
Yeah, where are Nakshikatas sold now? So this is a writing activity for our finishing this conference. I am doing it orally. Where are Nakshikatas sold now? Okay. 5. Nakshikatas are now in great demand because of their colorful patterns and designs. Koshi, you say this question.
I don't know how to do
You don't know, you are late in the class. Okay. Can you say, Lovelin? This question. Make a question with this.
Why are Nakshikatas now in great demand?
Very good. Thank you very much. Can you finish it with a question? Valmiro, you are a good student. I am asking you two questions.
What
Is
What?
Nakshikata? What is a Nakshikata?
Okay.
Very good. So we have made 6 questions with this activity. Now I'm going to show you the answer if you have done well. Look at the answer. What word was taken from, the name taken from, I mean. Where is it has been practiced? Where are Nakshikatas sold now? So you can answer, you can make questions also. Thank you very much. Now we have another activity. This is a group work. You know about Nakshikata, you know about ordinary kathas also in your daily life. So you use all those things. I have a questions for you. Now I am making you groups. So in this way we make groups and okay, let them do this work. Okay, I'm finishing soon. So this is a group work. They start writing now in a group. Whatever they can write is enough because they are learning to write now. So do you like a Nakshikata or an ordinary kata? They will write about this 5-10 sentences, whatever they can, and why they like. So this they have to think critically about this. They can write, produce sentences. So this is a group work and evaluation. So we have some questions. So we have finished this lesson and learned so many things about Nakshikata and some words. I have to evaluate if they have learned it well. How did the name Nakshikata become popular? Can you remember from the text? How did the name become popular?
It was because of the poet.
Yeah, the poet Joshimuddin's poem Nakshikatar Mart. So the poet poem Nakshikatar Mart in 1929. After that, the Nakshikata became popular. So what materials are required to prepare Nakshikatas? There is mention about. We have learned the text.
Thread.
Old or new cloth and thread are required to make Nakshikatas. Very good. So we have questions like this. Which are areas are most famous for this craft? Yeah. No, there are mention of some particular regions of Bangladesh where these are popular. Yeah. So what does Naksha means? We have learned this. So these are the evaluation questions for this particular text. And I have just a few minutes. It's a production of Nakshikata.
On your pillowcase, on your bedsheet, on your blouse, even the back of the sari. Hi friends, this is my Nakshi Kanta Tasasil Dupatta, which I bought years back from an exhibition. Of course, the work has done by a skilled weaver. But today I want to do some experiment with this Nakshi Kanta. Okay, so first I copied one motif in my sketchbook. So this is it. Two trees, one flower, one bird, and one bird of course. And the same thing I traced here on my working cloth with the help of an stitch. I will show you details.
Thank you.
Teacher, actually I was making that one back home, but I didn't know it's called.
It's very popular in our
So the name in Bengali is
Yeah.
Nakshikata.
Yeah.
We
In
would call this embroidery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Kyrgyzstan we say naksh.
Naksh.
Naksh. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
naksh.
naksh.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
similar.
Naksh.
We have Armenian word.
Yeah.
And what's the Armenian word?
Um, No, the word she said, nakshi, no,
Naksha.
Yeah, this is Naksh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pattern.
Yeah, the pattern
is
Naksh.
Oh,
very cool. Yeah, I actually designed my
I
pillow.
liked
Yeah.
the way you integrate the topic and then subsequent activities.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused about why these are filled in.
No, it is actually I intended to
You
print
did
it
this
without
just
the
for the
answer. Without
presenter.
the answer, for unfortunately,
Oh, I
it is
see.
printed with the answer. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, because the answers are in here.
Yeah,
You
no.
just did this for us
No,
because you didn't have time.
we don't give the answers.
Uh-huh.
I just printed it for the conference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, you're